Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, across our beautiful Kyber Empire. You're watching Arnold Howlnet News, the only news you'll ever need because you have no other choice. Today on AHN, we have details on the Hoth Lightspeed bundle, scammy bundles. Embo just got a lot easier to acquire. We got our first look at the EZRA Bridger EXILE feats. The next DATACRON set. Woo! So sit back, relax. What was that, Gary? Ray who? And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, to YouTube's favorite show, Whale or Fail, where you know you're ready for the next big adventure you're going to embark on. And today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Use my link or scan my QR code to play Raid Shadow Legends. No! Oh, come on. You know what Raid Shadow Legends is. It's only one of the biggest mobile games of all time. The reviews don't lie. I started a brand new account that I've been playing. And if you check out my second channel, I lay down the groundwork to help you dominate Raid Shadow Legends. You can find me in Raid Shadow Legends under the new account named Targaryen. And feel free to join my legion, the Real Gary Legion. The Asgardians are coming to Raid. And from August 21st to November 22nd, players will be able to collect 4 champions. And between now and October 23rd, simply by logging into Raid for 7 days, you'll get the legendary Loki for free, who is low-key pretty amazing. Stay tuned to my second channel where I'm gonna be upgrading him very soon. So people, what are you waiting for? Come into Gary's Dungeon, join our clan. 2 epic champions when you use my link or scan my QR code. And all this treasure will be waiting for you right up here. So let's get this party rocking and rolling, folks. Yesterday on AHN, we saw the data mines that there was gonna be a new Lightspeed bundle called the Battle of Hoth Lightspeed bundle. There were some details that we didn't know until today. Well, let's get into it and show you what it's looking like. The Battle of Hoth Lightspeed bundle's price is going to be, drumroll please, 25 US dollars. This Lightspeed bundle is going to be coming out on August 31st. So in a couple days, you're going to see this Lightspeed bundle come online, which, by the way, we're also going to see the Candy Mundi Lightspeed bundle make a return already on August 31st. So if you missed out on it, here's your opportunity to pick it up again. Unfortunately, I saw a lot of your comments yesterday hoping that there were going to be other like Hoth members. Like, man, if they had Hoth Rebel Scout, Hoth Rebel Soldier, things that you don't want to farm and gear up. Hermit Yoda would have been nice. Unfortunately, it's just going to be these 4 individuals. I was a bit more skeptical. I was thinking CG, knowing how they have CG math, as you're going to see. We're going to see CG math at work in a moment here. I thought they're going to charge like $40, $50. They're charging $25 versus Candy Mundi, which is 1 character for $20. This bundle right here is really only going to be great for people that haven't started their Jedi Knight Luke journey. Being able to get this and basically skip a lot of the Wampa grind through the guild event token currency and instead just having the farm Hermit Yoda, it's kind of a big deal. If you're not someone that hasn't done the Jedi Knight Luke stuff, I think you're going to be enjoying this. However, of course, I would have liked to see this bundle be somewhere like $10 or below. Of course, not going to be as great of a value compared to Supreme Leader Kyle Ren. The bundles at this point. The Rey one, the one to negotiate, General Anakin Skywalker bundle here. Just from a Kyrotech evaluation alone and the guild event token currency that you will save. Unlike Candy Mundi, where you could have completely skipped out on him and not waste your guild event token 3 currency, you kind of got to get WAP up and running, and that's a lot of currency that you're throwing away. So that right there is a lot of gear 12 that you're going to save. It's definitely beyond the $25 of Galaxy of Heroes math value, but it's not as valuable as some other Lightspeed bundles out there. But hey, if you want to make yourself feel a lot better about the pricing of this pack, well, why don't you check out one of the biggest scams I think I've seen in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes pack history. We have this brand new, we saw this in Data Mine yesterday, Galactic Relic Mastery Vault, only available on the PC and web store. And you can buy this 2 times for a lovely price of $200. But wait, if there's more, if you buy this on the PC and the web store, they're giving you a nice discount of $10, 5% off, or whatever this is here. Holy crap. $200. Let's just say $200 for this 2.5 million credits. No. You can't even get a full Relic 9 upgrade buying this one. All this other stuff you can get fairly decently if you're participating in Battle for Naboo, if you're doing even some other stuff out there. You know, even just using your crystals to buy some droid brains when the weekly store refreshes. $200 for this, where basically all this stuff right here pretty much should not be here. And for $200, you should get like 200 droid brains, not just 12. You'd have to buy this 2 times to do a single Relic 9 upgrade. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be someone that's going to buy this, but even so, droid brains, this is not worth $200. Wow. Scam! They recently made the Night Trooper farmable, and if you go check out the Night Sister, Imperial Remnant Tag, whatever, click on Night Trooper, click on the farming location, you see it's going to be on hard node 8C, 20 energy. Ooh. You gotta love hard node battles, so definitely not as generous as Padawan, Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon. They're making you grind a long way, and if you're trying to get Galactic Legend of Ahsoka Tano as close as possible to day one, you kind of got to start farming now. Earliest we're going to see Galactic Legend of Ahsoka is going to be November, because we're not even going to unlock Ezra Bridger until closer to November. They said Tano's not going to come out until Ezra is, so you got some time to farm this up. Maybe you can get it to 7 stars by the time late October, November comes around. But what this did is it kicked out Embo, and through Embo inside of the Cantina, the shipment store. So I probably got to do a little refresh here. Let's go ahead and refresh the store real quick. And somewhere there, bada bang, bada boom, Embo is in the room. This is kind of nice. Number one, you got to build them up for Lord Vader, right? But furthermore, for those that maybe have Jabba the Hutt, building up your Jabba the Hutt a bit more, especially in territories, it's nice having that Embo Omicron. I love that they're doing this shard shuffling on a more frequent basis, and I hope to see more of those in the future. Ezra Bridger Exile. Finally in game. Conquest is going to be starting on Monday. We're going to take a look at those lovely feats. We have the new Spectre tag in the game, but it's not applied to anyone else yet except just Ezra Bridger Exile. So kind of over time, we'll see how are they going to separate the Spectre from the Phoenix. They've already kind of alluded to some of the characters. You know, Ahsoka Tano is going to be getting the Spectre tag as well. So I'm wondering if they're going to just kind of make sure for things like Captain Rex, he doesn't get the Spectre tag. We'll have to wait and see how they're going to kind of, you know, move all these tags around out there. Ezra Bridger got a new looking game, kind of a more live action look. I'm so used to the animated look for Ezra Bridger, so for right now it's kind of hard for me to, it kind of looks like they glued, like it almost, I don't know, it looks like they glued the face on Ezra Bridger, like they ripped it off someone else and they put it on. I don't know, maybe I'll get used to it over time. But let's talk about Ezra Bridger Exile's Conquest feats. This is not going to be a complete Conquest guide for you guys out there. We'll be doing that before the Conquest starts and gets up and running to kind of tell you what I would recommend to knock this out. But man, I mean, just taking a look at it, man, a lot of the newer stuff. You're going to need Morgan Elsbeth quite a lot in this thing. You're going to need lots of Gungans. You're going to need lots of Geonosians, which, you know, a lot of you guys have Geonosians out there. Master Qui-Gon, Padawan, Obi-Wans are also going to be in here, as well as Queen Amidala, Luthen, Rael, Imperial Remnants. Whew. Yeah, just from initial look at it, especially stupid things like Night Sister, Acolyte. Yeah, this is definitely, not saying it's going to be impossible, but man, it doesn't look like a lot of fun. A lot of random chores that don't really tie in to one another. So just from an initial glance of all this, it's kind of looking to be a little trashier compared to the previous ones. But now we're going to kind of highlight a couple bug fixes that they did inside of the game. Number one, unfortunately, they did finally patch the B1 Battle Droid Naboo Ray Cheese. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we made a video on it a while ago where basically if you could time it out where B1 would start a wave where you enter into space combat. You just keep entering space combat, exiting space combat, and, you know, just kind of view the battlefield, go to space, view the battlefield, go to space. You would get tons and tons of B1 Battle Droid stacks, which inevitably lets you basically one-tap entire waves of enemies inside of the Naboo raid. Obviously, it was a bug. It was nice. Hopefully, you guys were able to use this to your advantage, but they have patched this now. You can no longer do this, so but there might be a glimmer of good news. I don't know. Let's wait till the end to talk about all that. We also have some other minor bugs to address here. For example, seeing that Enfys Nest is making a big comeback with her Datacron, we are noticing that Enfys Nest was able to dispel the taunt off the decoy, as well as Darcher Moff getting unpreventable taunt. So They fixed that out there, so if you've been fighting a lot of nests in a raid team, for example, they're taking care of that. Furthermore, we have Captain Rex. This is actually kind of a buff. It was supposed to work a certain way, but it wasn't. But now it's going to work a certain way. So if you thought your Phoenix was already good, they're gonna be even better. As it says right here, Captain Rex has been sharing several of his stat increases with other Phoenix allies while in Grand Arenas with his Omicron active. It was very uncharacteristic of him, but we've had a good chat and he's offered to share from now on. So Phoenix already pretty darn good. Well, now they're gonna be even better. They're gonna work like they should. I mean, Captain Rex has been in the game for what, a year, and it took this long to fix him. Fix your game! Other than that, no other major bug fixes to kind of point out. And I want to kind of give you guys a little glimmer of hope, maybe, before we get into your favorite section about Datacrons. Nowhere in here did they mention Rebel Officer Leia Organa. Revy said, if you haven't seen the video, you better go watch it. Rebel Officer Leia Organa is kicking some serious butt right now in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It looks like it could be an overtuned interaction, unintended interaction between Sana Starros and Rebel Officer Leia Organa with how the lead interacts with all the what's it called? The suspicious that Rosanna gives out. Thanks, Gary. Sometimes you're not completely useless. They haven't said anything about this. So I don't want to say that means they're not going to do anything about it. It took them several months to fix the B1 battle droid bug. It might take them another couple months to fix the Rolo bug. I would say this, if you're considering buying that Lightspeed bundle for the Hoth characters, I would say, for now, don't use how good Rebel Officer Leia Organa is with Sana Starros to be your incentive to buy the bundle, because they might nerf her. They might nerf her in the next couple updates, and that's going to suck then all of a sudden. So just putting it out there, they haven't touched her, so we're going to be able to enjoy her a little bit more in Grand Arena. But you know, CG, they don't like things that she's doing, and they're probably going to do something about it. Boy, I'm going to be a little sad. It's been nice using Rebel Officer Leia Organa in a high-level capacity. And then we got one more thing to talk about, people. That is going to be the D word, Datacron. So before we get into this, I had to pull out this comment because it literally encapsulates something I've said time and time again. Again, there are good things about Datacrons, but one of the worst things about Datacrons is the fact they dilute the pool so much with stupid abilities that they even know that you don't want, instead of giving you what you want. And here's a great comment from Only Rogue. I'm so tired of Datacron character effects being so wildly disproportionate. It's always character A, gain a funny little buddy, cut a little, do a little sneeze. Character B, snuggle a tiny little baby pig, it's adorable and gives you a nudge. Character C, character D, gain 5% health steal on a Sunday. So yeah, big upvote from me right there. Again, it'd be great if Datacrons would just let you pick what you need. Again, oh god, it's already bad at seasonal. It's already bad. People are going to get screwed over so massive because of RNG and them putting stupid stuff in there. They know what we want. They don't want us to get it. They want us spending money. They want us rerolling. They want us wasting crystals. I think a lot of my tune would change at Datacrons if people can specifically get what they want. Imagine Wampa had 5 Omicron abilities, and there was only one good one. But you got one of the 4 bad ones, but your opponent got the good one. It's kind of a bad feeling. So I wish they would kind of just keep these effects in here, but give the player the control to pick what they want to upgrade. Treat it like upgrading an ability. You upgrade. All right, what ability do you want? My gosh, I think I would probably just shut up completely about Datacrons if they would finally do that. The biggest thing that I hate about Datacron, at least one of them. On that note, let's just take a little quick gander on what we got going on here. We have a new Datacron set, moving away from what the current purple set is, kind of going back to traditional formula where it's only targeting specific factions. Here, we're going to get a variety of dark side and light side things for the level 3 here, where you got some interesting stuff that's going to be going on here. Let's take a look at the dark side, for example. For the dark side, I think really the biggest thing is probably going to be, probably just going to be that the recovery right there. When you resist the debuff, you get 2% health and protection. Nothing really too special. When you use a special ability, you get evasion of health steal and health up. You know, some buffs. There's, again, nothing really too fantastic here. The turn meter is also going to be nice. Allies gain 10% turn meter whenever an ally or enemy is defeated. it's going to interact with Night Sister's nice, but let's take a look at the light side stuff. Getting speed up, always kind of a big thing for these guys here. Also getting the tank revive. We've seen that time and time again. The lights, it feels like they're getting a little bit better stuff. You got 15% Terminator anytime a special ability is being used. You also have this right here. The first time each ally is defeated, your remaining allies get 50% offense and 20 speed. We've kind of seen that in previous Datacron sets. So the level 3 is nothing too much going on here. But here's where we start seeing the big stuff. Rogue One, Jedi, as well as Night Sisters, and Imperial Remnants. The level 6s are going to be kind of the focal points here. Where Rogue One, you can kind of ignore all the other stuff that they have going on here. It's this one right here. Again, all these are so stupid. This is the one you want. Rogue One allies getting 100% max health, max protection, 60% offense, and 20 speed. Like, what? They're just evil for putting this other stuff in here to waste your time and rerolls. Oh my gosh, if all allies, oh yeah, and the Jyn Ursul's ally, she assists whenever Rogue One ally uses an ability. If all allies were Rogue One, whenever an enemy attacks on a turn, expose them for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted, and all Rogue One allies gain speed up, recover 30% health and protection. Ignoring the other things, that's the one you're going to want right there. The Jedi, kind of a similar thing. Oh, if they had 2 debuffs that they can dispel. Oh, they have a 65% chance to dispel. Waste of time! You want this one! At the start of the encounter and at the end of their turn, allies gain 1 stack of Retaliate, which can't be copied, dispelled, prevented. And then Retaliate, when damaged by an attack, deal 20% of the damage received per stack the attacker had. Yeah, nothing really too special there. Turn meter's okay, I suppose, too. When you grant the buff, they get 10% turn meter. Okay. Night Sisters, kind of a similar thing here. There's actually kind of another one that might be nice, but this is the one you're going to want. Whenever an enemy's inflicted a defense down, reduce their max protection by 5%, stacking. Oh my gosh, yeah. Whenever a Night Sister ally gains Foresight or Stealth, all Night Sister allies gain 5% Terminator and critical damage stacking until the end of the encounter. Whenever an enemy attacks on a turn, Night Sister allies cover 40% health and protection, gain Retribution, 15% Terminator. I know this is going to be great with, Talzin, but I think they're really trying to get ready for the Great Mother to show up and for Morgan Elsbeth to get a little bit more action, because Morgan Elsbeth has been pretty much next to unusable right now, especially because she prevents her own revives here. However, being able to apply debuffs, you deal bonus damage to 10% of the character enemy's max health. That's going to work well with Plagues, for example, out there. Everything else is kind of, nothing too special, nothing too special, nothing too special. Imperial Remnants, man. Imperial Remnants, I feel like they get so much love. They're really trying to target mostly the Enoch team, especially with Night Trooper as well, Death Trooper Peridia. But as you can see here, whenever Imperial Remnant ally uses a special ability, everyone gets alert. And if you know with alert, you're going to get kind of a lot of bonus turn meter on your team. And then whenever an enemy's afflicted with a stack of Blight, all Imperial Remnant allies gain 10% turn meter. And there's going to be lots of Blight with Enoch lead. And then you get 5% critical chance, critical damage until the end of the encounter. Everything else, it's kind of blah, you can get some offense increases, okay. You get a bonus turn if you fall below 100% health, but for the most part, if you're going to try to make Enoch good, that's the one you're going to want. But, if you're just trying to make Gideon good, you got some other options here with, offense ramping and, the bonus turn on a Gideon lineup. And then we have the actual character bonuses. Again, kind of more familiar territory with what we had in the past, where when you have Night Sister Zombie, once she taunts, you get 10% defense, which continues to stack, and then Night Sister allies get offensive tenacity up, and then when zombies defeated, inflict all enemies with healing immunity, buff immunity, which can't be evaded. That's going to be kind of nice for Talzin, especially if you're going to try to take down Jabba's. But now we're saying Morgan Elsbeth get a Datacron, where whenever an ally uses an ability, she assists, dealing 50% more damage. It doesn't sound all that special. Night Sister Spirit, when they have Force, they get 20% Terminator protection up. Asajj Ventress, when someone's stunned, she takes a bonus turn. But here we go. Moff Gideon, just the OG Moff Gideon, not even Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. And then whenever Moff Gideon inflicts a debuff or gains a buff, he gains a stack of insights. So getting him tons and tons of insights, constantly being able to go under stealth here. And then whenever he gains 4 stacks of insight, he gains 100% Terminator. So it's not quite a bonus turn, but it's close to a bonus turn. Whenever an Imperial Remnant allies inflict a debuff, they recover 10% health and protection. There's going to be a lot of debuffs. Whenever an enemy's inflicted armor shred, being able to blind everyone. Kind of a big deal. Then whenever he does Subversive Volley, he deals massive bonus damage to all enemies. Man, I wonder which one's going to be good. Yeah, this is all good for Gideon. So yeah, if you're going to use Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, this is going to be a big boost right there. Getting lots of insight, getting tons of volleys out there, big damage. Enoch is getting some love. This is going to kind of fill in once Night Trooper's Datacron goes away at the start of the battle, and if Captain Enoch is in the leader slot, all other Imperial Remnant allies are immune to critical hits until he is defeated. They already have insane amount of critical avoidance. This basically guarantees they can't get any, so you have to get him down fast. He gains 50% max of the protection. He's already a beefy guy. And then whenever Enoch is critically hit, tank allies taunt for 1 turn. This is going to kind of address a problem that I've been noticing with Enoch quite a lot in Grand Arena. It's like, you know, once he dies and the enemy seems to target him pretty quickly, things kind of fall apart pretty quickly here. Dark Trooper is getting a little love too. 10% critical damage, defense penetration, and offense. You know, it doesn't critically hit too much, only on that AoE, but you could make it happen. Stormtrooper, when they lose taunt, 50% turn removal, nothing too special. Death Trooper Peridia, anytime he critically hits, you're going to gain damage immunity. Can't be copied, 25% turn blinds the enemy, which can't be evaded resistant. And if the enemy was target locked, he gains 100% protection at retribution speed up. Kind of a big deal. I think the Enoch one's probably going to be a bit more important. You know, we'll have to wait and see. Luthen getting a Datacron this set, and we're already seeing some fairly promising results with Luthen Rail. Whenever we summon a Rebel Trooper, which is right at the very beginning of the battle, Saw Gerrera teams, or the Axis bonus, whenever an ally takes a turn, enemies lose a stack of explosive traps. So you're kind of double timing it, making it go off even faster. Then whenever it detonates, you inflict all enemies a protect disruption. That sounds kind of nasty. The Curator bonus, so with Mon Moth or anything else beyond, you know, Saw Gerrera, whenever Rebel Trooper is summoned, which again, at the very beginning, all Rebel allies gain repost until Rebel Trooper has been defeated. And then whenever an ally attacks at a turn, they deal 35% more damage. So yeah, Mon Moth is going to be even more killer. Then you got things like Pow, for example, who's going to get 100% health, max protection, and immune to healing unit at the start of the battle. So it's going to be a question, man. Like, shoot, what's more important for a Mon Mothma, Pow or Luthen Rail? It's kind of hard to say. Whenever Pow assists, he deals bonus massive damage, which can't be evaded, and all allies recover 10% health. Man, the more I read this, I'm leaning towards Pow might be more important, because whenever he uses a special, which is going to be like all the time, he shocks all enemies for 2 turns. Then whenever Pow uses a basic ability on his turn, he stealths and gains defense penetration up and inflicts target enemy with offense down, which can't be evaded. Yikes, man. I think I'm leaning, boy, it's a tough call. I think Pow, if you're running Mon Moth, I think Pow's going to be better here. If you're going to be rocking Saw Gerrera, I think obviously Luthen Rail is where you want to go. K2, nothing really too special. Cassian, nothing too special. We got another Death Trooper Peridia right here. You know, again, I think the other one's a little bit more important. Actually, this looks to be, yeah, it's the same exact thing, copy and pasted. Yeah, same exact thing. Yeah, I don't know what I'm even talking about here. And then the Jedi have some pretty nice bonuses, man. Plo Koon, I'm not going to read it all, but you can take a look here. Plo Koon, Koth, both have a lot of solid things to be providing for the Galactic Republic Jedi. Freaking Koth, man, what the hell, man? Can't you just give us a rework, man? Like, oh my god. Yeah, hopefully you have your Plo, your Koth. Hey, I guess you bought the Lightspeed bundle. I guess you have these guys up and running already, right? So this is gonna be a huge boost. And we have some other stuff, you know, Shock T, nothing too crazy there. Master Qui-Gon, you know, it's you know, getting protection drops, it's not a bad thing, I guess. And then we have, again, they copied and pasted this Death Trooper Peridia 3 times. I don't know if they meant to put a different character in there. Maybe on 25% turn blinds, protection up. Let me see. What is this one again? 25% turn meter, damage really blind. Yeah, they like copied and pasted it 3 times. So anyways, a lot of good stuff here. Pow, the Jedi are going to be obvious ones that you're probably going to want to try to chase after. Moff Gideon looks to be really solid as well. That we're going to have. Night Sister Zombie probably going to be pretty decent as well to have for the Night Sisters. A lot of good stuff. I would say this feels like we're dialing back compared to the current set that we have. The purple set with the supports and the attackers. We're dialing it back. Still, there's going to be some really powerful interactions going on here. So, folks, that's going to wrap up a long AHN. A lot of stuff going on. Hopefully, you guys are ready for what's to come. It's going to be a busy week, but don't you worry. You got me, the King of Trippy, God's gift to mobile game, the 8th day of creation, and our beautiful Kyber Empire. We're around this part of town. We always like to say how it's great to be in the Empire today. The sun never sets.